What's up, everybody? Rothstein here, Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, a.k.a. Bay O Wolf. Today is Monday, March 9th, 2026. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave comments. Share the video. I know I'm scruffy. Barber appointment is coming, about a week from tomorrow. But nonetheless, first things first, today we honor the late Brooklyn urban poet from Brooklyn, New York, Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. the Notorious B.I.G., a.k.a. Biggie Smalls. He was taken down 29 years ago today in Los Angeles. I remember, I'll never forget where I was that day. I was like 20 years old. I was when I heard the news, I was 20 years old. I was over one of my sister's house. It was like Sunday morning. Maybe like right around the political shows were kind of like going on, like 10:30, 11 in the morning or something like that. And then I called the woman I was dating at the time, just say good morning, whatever, whoop wop whoop. And she was like, "Yeah, did you hear about that guy?" I was like, "Who?" She said Biggie, or she said something, but I knew she was talking about Biggie. And I was like, and as soon as she said it, I knew it. I was like, "Oh, he got killed." Just didn't know he was in Los Angeles. And so. Yeah, that day, it's a day to live down, that'll go down in infamy. All right? But a day that won't go down in infamy, for the NBA anyway, is March 16th, 2026. That's next Monday, a week from today, because the Atlanta Hawks were supposed to host a promotion night against the Orlando Magic. And the promotion was going to involve the famous Atlanta strip club, Magic City. And I guess David Stern, or not David Stern, rest in peace, Mr. Stern. I guess Adam Silver finally had a brain and some heart and said, "Hell no, you can't do that." And thank you for stepping up and being a goddamn leader, Adam Silver. I just saw a tweet from Stan Verrett from Sports Center. It's like maybe it was made at like 6 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern, like right before that. He's talking about I saw both sides of the argument, blah, blah, blah. Yes, a league should be, trying to be family friendly and this, that, and, all that, the right stuff. There's only one right side to this argument, to this discussion. And it shouldn't have been a discussion at all. But there's only one right side of it. It's inappropriate. That's all. And he, and Verrett said that. Then he says, then he says something like, "But you got to understand it. It's Atlanta." I give a fuck. You don't mix strippers in family entertainment. That's no different than the people that want to show the LP, the trans people in their around kids, little kids. Like, come on. Damn. I mean, we get it. We get it, Atlanta, it's a tricking town, the strippers club, and that's how that shit. We get all that. But that's after hours. There's kids there. It's a school night. There's going to be children there. You can stop. You sounded stupid. All you people that were trying to argue against canceling that night, you sounded stupid. All of you. Let alone amoral. What's her name? Michelle Beadle. Like, she came out saying I know that she was on a show at Lou Will at one point. Lou Williams, street, he's a strip club legend from what I understand. In the lemon pepper wing shit, but it's like, okay, we get that he gassed her ass up. Got her thinking that strip clubs is all right, and all this women's work and all that. No. It's just inappropriate. You don't let kids do R-rated movies. Huh? And you talk about women sliding on a pole with next to nothing on? We're honoring this in front of children? Come on. You people you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Shout out to Razkaz, the LA rapper. You people who was out there arguing for that, you need to quit rapping and start robbing banks like Steady B. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all on some bullshit. All these damn think pieces coming out there. There's only one. Sometimes, some arguments, some discussions, there's only one right answer. And this was one of those. There's only one right answer because it should have never been a discussion. It should have never came up for debate. But tell me, what do you think? Did the NBA make the right move in canceling that? Should they have let it, just let it play on and it is what it is because it's Atlanta? I think Atlanta should be fined for even thinking about it. The fact that the league had to cancel it. Should they be fined? Face something, other than just a bad talking to. These questions and more on the next episode of Soap. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments, and I'll holler.